Okay, so welcome to Monday Night Huddle, and what a show we've got lined up for you this week, folks. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking a lot about, there's no Prem Ball, so straight to Div 1 and Div 2. Some really good scoring games in Div 1, especially in the cross-border North and Scottish games. Some fantastic results down south as well. We'll be talking about Div 2. It's all starting to play up for the playoffs. Or is it? There's some plot twists. We will see. We'll discuss this later. As well as that, we're going to be talking the EFA a little bit and the AFLE. What a brilliant weekend of football it is, folks, and we do hope you enjoy the show. Please do continue to support us by following us on our social media. It does help our platform, and we're excited for this week's show. So here's some more highlight clips of the weekend. Again, if you want your clips to be featured, all you need to do is send them to us, folks. Thank you for everyone who does send them to us, and we'll leave you with the rest of these clips before we start the show. And there we are, and Denzel's camera's already stopped working. Would you Adam and Eve? Welcome to Monday Night Huddle, episode 15, folks. Right, I just want to say something straight away so we can just get this off. This sorted. We're all aware there was an incident with a referee passing. We're not going to discuss or comment on that or anything like that. Here at TD UK, we send our deepest love to the family of the referee and the friends and everyone there on the day. We do hope we see some people, clubs checking the policies in terms of for the event of this happening. And obviously, we would love every club to, to have a defibrillator. I think I said it rightly. But I'm going to pass it over to Lee before we kick off.
Yeah, so I spoke to some of the people who were involved in the incidents that happened over on Sunday, and obviously they don't want to sort of air it out too much, and nor do we, as Matteo said. The things that he did want to put across to the Britball community is that action plan that every team should have in place for emergency situations. Whether you're a GM or a head coach or a player rep or just somebody who helps out at the club and the committee, make sure that your action plan is up to date. That is their sort of main key point that they wanted to put across. Thankfully, Northants Knights had a fantastic action plan, and it worked down to a T. And it worked flawlessly. Another point that he wanted to put across is what Matteo said is about the defibrillators. Every team should have one within close proximity. There is charities out there. If you don't have one, they can support you in trying to get you one. So please, if you are a club or you don't have one near, reach out to us and we'll try and put you in the right direction of people who might be able to fundraise for you to get a defibrillator close by. But also, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who was at the game, who helped out and who showed their support and their help in the life-saving operations that went underway. And then a huge shout out to anybody who is affected by it indirectly with their own mental health. Now, the ref who sadly passed was a huge believer in mental health. He was a member of Andy's Man Club, and he was an advocate for people talking about their emotions, their feelings, and I just want to tell anybody, if you want to talk about it, I'm always on social media. Come and grab me, come and chat. I'm sure Matteo is exactly the same.
Yeah, man.
We're always there to talk. So yeah, please reach out if you just need a chat, guys. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it for me, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, let's crack on. We've got a show. Let's do it. And when more's allowed to be said, we will post that. Whatever's want to be said. Right. So a very interesting weekend of football, folks. European football on a big front, taking over my weekend. Did anyone catch any of the EFA or the AFLE over the weekend?
I caught like a couple of minutes of the Nordic Storm game, and I managed to watch a bit of the London Warriors game.
So, I think, well, right. So, I don't want to talk too much about it because we've got a show that talks about it. But let's just go over the results. For anyone who hasn't got a pass for the AFLE, I 110% recommend it. Absolutely brilliant. Apologies, it's week one. The guy who does our artwork is a bit of an idiot. That's me. But week one, Berlin Thunder 7, Vienna Vikings 49, London Warriors 21, Panthers, and I can always say this wrong, Raw Claw 41. Both streams on this game were absolutely brilliant. They are as good as it gets. Denzel, what did you think of the streams?
They look incredible, to be fair. It's like it's on Power Bristol on those. But yeah, they're pretty good. I like the is it the AFL? No, the EFA that do it on YouTube. That's really
correct.
good. It makes it a lot more accessible for other people to watch the league, and it grows it a lot, especially with it being the off season in the NFL and the UFL's on ESPN.
It does, and I'd like to see like a company like Hickory's. Do you know, like a brand like that, where they were showcasing games like that. So like on a Sunday, 1 o'clock till 5, 6 o'clock, whatever, pre-game, all that, showcasing stuff like that, because these games need to be watched more. The standard of the quality was brilliant. I've seen some fantastic catches in that. But again, folks, we have a show that'll be coming out the next episode this Friday, 3rd and 99. That's a European Ball show. So we are going to skip through these. So Kwame can obviously discuss these a little bit more. Apologies, let me just sort that out. Sorry, Dens. If you buy the season pass before the end of the week, you'll get it for a tenner cheaper too, according to their community team. Brilliant. Again, folks, I really do recommend it. It's absolutely spot on. Just checking Instagram, no comments on Instagram. And then we go on to the EFA, which was week 2. Nordic Storm 39. Raiders Tyrrell 16. A very hard fixture. 2 very hard fixtures Raiders have had. And then Paris Musketeers 30, Prague Lions 9. I am trying to sort out a trip to go the Prague Lions game. A, I love Prague, and B, I'd love to go one of these games. It's not just the whole aspect of it's good football. It's good crowds as well, and I'd love to see an English team slot into the EFA as well.
I think they're doing that next season.
Who though?
Exactly. Here's the question. London Monarchs.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Right. I haven't asked you, folks. What have you been up to, by the way? Lee, what's been going on with you? I ask that every week. Sorry, mate.
What have I been up to this week? Well, I've just finished.
He's behind you.
I've been. It's not been panto. This is my serious play. This is where I've had to pretend to cry on stage and everything. I've been acting this weekend, so I've had my 4 performances. That's all wrapped up, all finished. Had some really great feedback from the people who came and watched it. There was a huge plot twist at the end, and it was great speaking to some of the people who watched it to say whether they caught it quite early on or if they didn't get it until right at the end when we actually announced.
Your accent came out quite early on. Quite early. Liv, what have you been doing?
I've been working all weekend. I've been cooking in a swimming pool for 2 days. So yeah, it's it's been as hot on poolside as it has like outside. I work at an indoor pool, and it was like, I think on the Saturday, by the end of the day, poolside temperature was like 31, 32 degrees. So yeah, no football this weekend. Instead, I've been watching children run about and try and drown each other and fling themselves down a slide.
There's a person or six I'd like to drown. So yeah, okay. Dens, what about you, mate? What have you been up to?
Friday went to Birmingham with my mates, and then Saturday, what did I do Saturday? Don't go do anything. Oh no, I went Birmingham Saturday, and then Sunday I did train, and then went to Manchester and went about with my sisters. And today went for a mixed grill, so
Nice,
peaceful.
nice. I had 4 games in 4 weeks. I've not played one, so it doesn't really count. So I've had that. I've had time off. I've got a new job, so that's all gusty. Well, yeah, all good. Well, folks, let's get to it. We're going to go straight into Div 2. This is the request by you guys. And we're going to talk about a brilliant game straight away. What game are we going to talk about? Lancashire Buccaneers. 46 points to 6. The Bucks, we've got a comment here, Rwanda is good. I'm sure it is. 46 points to 6 against the Gateshead Senators. It's a great old trip for Gateshead on a bank holiday weekend. They still turned out with okay numbers. We all predicted the Bucks to win. I scored 3 out of 6 field goals. It wasn't a good day in the office. I'm on 60% conversion for the year. But no, our first 6 points were Ollie Hesford, I think his name is. He's just rapid. He's just absolutely rapid. He's got like, when someone's quick and you think they're running at the quickest, and then they turn it up a bit and you're like, whoa, like, brilliant. So Buccaneers have played 4, won 4. So we're on. You'd like to think we're on good stead for the playoffs. But overall, good day. Very warm day. Went to Hickory's after it. Ate a tremendous amount of food. Denzel, are you surprised with the results? What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, going into, obviously we had our pre-season friendly against each other, and I thought that you lot looked really special. You lot looked really good at that point. It's nice to see you've turned it up a notch and since then, and you're going out there and putting on display everything that you've put together the last couple of years, and you've got a really strong core that you're building, and I see it all the time with your coaches and your players, and just consistently posting things and making us all aware that you lot are a team to beat in Div 2, really.
How far do you think we can go? You've played against them. How far do you think we can go?
So obviously, I think based off of like the humble result, I'd like to say that you lot will make it to the finals of Div 2.
That'd be all right, mate. Be all right if we won it as well. Like, Lee, what were your thoughts, mate?
I wasn't shocked that you guys were going to win. I was a little bit shocked at the scoreline. I mean, 46 points is pretty good going, to be fair. And obviously, anybody who played yesterday in that heat, hats off to you. I remember doing that back in the day, and it's not very nice to do it in that heat. So yeah, it's a great score. I mean, it just really cements your pursuit in that promotion race, doesn't it? Really. So I'm excited to see how this season pans out for you, and whether you are a bit more successful in the playoffs this year.
Liv, you're up, mate.
I mean, probably I have the same kind of comments as Lee. Like, I'm not surprised that you won, but the scoreline, definitely, I would have thought it would have been a tiny bit more of like a closer game, but not close, but like also not that drastically apart from each other. Thought it would maybe be like 2 or 3 touchdowns. Well, that is actually like at least 2 touchdowns in between it, instead of like the amount that it ended up being. But I'm not shocked. It would be good to see if there is anyone else in your like kind of in the division that will challenge. So maybe not the division that you're in, but if when you're going to playoffs, someone else in like the top of their division, it'd be good to see how they kind of battle against each other, to see if if it's just it's the division that you're in, or if it's the whole division as a whole, like the whole of Div 2 in England. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to talk too much about us. I've been getting enough flack for that, so let's move on. Lincolnshire Bombers 29, Humber Warhawks 12. Humber Warhawks will be bitterly disappointed in this one. But I could see this one coming. You know, Humber made a post where, let me get it up so I'm not getting I'm not reading it wrong, and then they shout at me for reading for more stuff. They sent me someone sent me a really angry email. Let me have a look. So they put short on bodies today, but not short on heart. And I don't think anyone's short on heart, but in terms of the body situation, you kind of have to ask some questions, because obviously there's been a merger. We all know the merger happened, but then this merger has happened and they're short on numbers when they weren't short on numbers last year. So you start asking questions then. And look, we don't want anyone to be short on numbers. Ideally, every single team would have 35, 40 plus bodies on each team at every game. Some questions may need to be had. Or was it a case of it was just a bank holiday weekend? However, I have a clip. Would you like to see a clip?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And this is a brilliant clip. This is Lincolnshire Bombers with a beauty of a clip. And I believe this is our clip of the day. One, two. I mean, that is absolutely brilliant.
It's a big man to stop that one.
That is, it's, body after body after body after body. Brilliant. Let's go back. Let me just get these results back up. Lee, I'm going to come to you on this one. You know a few people at this team.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not,
No, I'm not
surprised.
surprised.
With everything that I've seen and I'm being told by not like two people, by a fair amount of people, I'm not surprised at all. What are your thoughts on this one, mate?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, the Lincolnshire Bombers are a really good team, and so are the Warhawks, and the scoreline in a way reflects that. It wasn't a blowout. It was, it was only a couple point game in between it. It was good. It looked to be a really good game. Obviously, the bank holiday weekend with half term involved as well, families are going to go away. I know for a fact that the under-19s training session I had this weekend, we had low numbers because people are away.
But that's the same with Lincoln, though. That was
exactly,
the same with
exactly. It's not just
Chester Romans have just been to Inverclyde Goliaths home ground with low numbers, same again, mid-20s, and they got the job done. So everyone's having the same issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You've got to take that into consideration. It's not just going to be the Warhawks who weren't there with low numbers. How many Bombers were missing at the time? It's not about you may be missing your star player, but you're that's the saying goes, you're as good as your backup quarterback. And if your backup quarterback's good, then guess what? You're going to be a good team. So you should be really developing players, getting your depth in no matter what scenario you're in. But yeah, I mean the Bombers won. Be interesting to see what the return fixture brings us. But I would still back the Bombers in that one, even if they were full. The Warhawks were at full strength.
Same. Liv.
Again, I'm not surprised by the results. Obviously, Humber have kind of taken a bit of a hit with everything that's been going on. It's possible that maybe they are viewing this year as, as a slight rebuild, readjustment, getting everything sorted. Who knows? Like, they might make this comeback next year, which would be really good to kind of see. It always sucks kind of losing teams rather than gaining teams.
Yeah.
So I definitely do kind of wish the best for them as the season kind of progresses on and as we push into next season. But yeah, I'm not surprised by the result. Not really.
I've actually been speaking to a bunch of ex Scunthorpe Alphas players and coaching staff, and we're going to actually get them on and interview them, and just to get their version of events of what happened at the Alphas. Maybe we could, a club can learn from it, and look, it's at very early days, but I am hoping to get them on just to have a good chinwag with them. They all seem like really top guys. Denzel, What did you think about this one, mate?
This is what made Dane's first game for Lincolnshire. I didn't know that he played for them until yesterday, but he told me that he got defensive MVP in that match. So must have been a stellar game from him. Humber are a tough team.
We've played them a few times, haven't we? So we know.
Yeah, true.
They were in Div 1, and it wasn't like, I'm pretty sure they beat Sheffield. I want to say they beat Sheffield in one of the games, and then they lost one of the games. But they're not a bad team. They are a good team. I love the social media posts as well. If I want to know what's going on with the Humber game, I'll check the Humber social media because they're very good at doing that, and the quality of the clips that they put up are absolutely kapooker and spot on. I don't know what's going on, because obviously what you got to remember is last year, guys, they won all their games and then they got beat in the playoffs. So it's not like they're a bad team. They're a good team. There's good people there. They're just, I don't know, maybe some tweaks. Let's move on, because I know they're all waiting to comment like they always do. Rossendale Bucks 46, Lee Miners. Before we do that, myself, Behind the Sticks, Kwame, Liv, and Lee, we all picked the Bombers to win on that one. But as we were, Rossendale Bucks 46, Lee Miners 34. This reminds me of like Jurgen Klopp, old Liverpool, with more goals than you. Denzel, you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you must be happy. But what a game, a high-scoring game. Both defenses might be getting shouted at. Denzel, I'm going to come to you first on this one, mate.
I want to say that, I'll give both teams the benefit of the doubt. That was quite a warm Sunday, and I don't know how much comfort they had in terms of shade. Because remember that time we went to Humber and, there was no shade whatsoever, and we were all just burning in the black hits.
Do you remember the fight after the game with the rugby club?
Yeah. That was a harsh day. So
we finished our game. They made us play in black, so we were all angry because it was 32 degrees. So we were all already upset. Let's not swear. And then we didn't batter them, but we beat them by a convincing amount. And then I'm still angry that they made us wear black. We're all angry. We've done our pictures, and then we're walking off the pitch. And as we walk off the pitch, I see this orange traffic cone fly over a car, hit someone in the head. They drop to the floor. Someone shouts, "He's dead!" He was just knocked out. Rival rugby clubs punching the heck out of each other. We're all just stood there with our lids going, "I love Humber, mate. It's great." And then that was that. But yeah, Britball. I love Britball. I helped when I was at Chester Romans arrange a pre-game scrimmage. These guys, Rossendale, have not been scared to play anyone. They've played the Titans, I'm sure. They beat the Nighthawks. They've been up to Scotland. They're not afraid to go out for a challenge. So I am not surprised. Lee, what are your thoughts?
Is this a Div 1 team already? That's what I'm asking. Is this one a Div 1 team?
Right. I'm going to get a lot of angry messages about this. No. And I tell you why. Defense. They are conceding far too many points. And they're going to come up against a team. They haven't played Birmingham and they haven't played Wakefield. If they beat Birmingham and they beat Wakefield, if they beat either one of them two teams, the next show, as long as one of them lends me a jersey, I will wear their jersey for the duration of the next show.
So I honestly think they are. I think they're a Div 1 ready team. I don't. I'm not going to say, they're going to be competitive to for the next promotion, but I think they could handle themselves quite easily in Div 1.
Yeah.
And I think they may need some work on defense, but that will come with time and numbers, and once they're in that Div 1, you know what it's like. People in that in that area aren't going to want to go up to the Prem. They want to stay within that competitive, fun sort of side of Britball, and they're going to want to stay in Div 1. And I think they could really handle themselves. I really do think they are a Div 1 team in the making, and I'd love to see them up there.
Liv, you're up, mate.
Yeah, I do agree with Lee. I'm slowly becoming a Bucks fan. Mainly because obviously we have worked with the ladies team before, so follow along with their social media on both sides, but I'm not surprised that they won this match again. I mean, I voted for them. I do think that they are going to show some really good contention and strength, especially towards the end of the season in playoffs. I do see them being in the final playoff and in the finals as well, with that chance of promotion.
Looks like
I do see it.
Looks like I'll be wearing a Rossendale shirt. Okay, this one shocked everyone. Let's not lie. Ouse Valley Eagles 13, Norwich Devils 14. What the hell happened here? I was in Hickory, stood outside because there's no signal in there, like messaging the team. Have you got to score? Have you got to score? I think it was 13-14 at half time, and it finished 13-14. So that tells me Norwich Devils defense absolutely balled out, or both defenses balled out, but
Wow.
we all picked the Eagles. Lee.
Yeah, I mean,
is this the Devils coming back?
yeah, this is it. This is the question I'm asking. You know, have the Devils had a recruitment surge? Have they, you know, obviously there is the American basis down the road. Have they enticed some players to come and play for them? Is this the comeback of the Devils? I'm intrigued because I thought Ouse Valley was going to shut the Devils out and put a load of points on them. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, if you are a Devils player and you want to talk to us about what's going on, please reach out to me because I'd love to know. Because that was a great scoreline. Well done.
I was shocked. Liv, come on, you've got to have a mate or two with these.
Yeah, I have one friend on Ouse, and it's the same person me and Lee both know. But again, some of the Norwich guys, I do know a couple of them. I believe one of my coaches from uni plays up that way. A couple of my uni teammates as well are up that way. Again, yeah, I am deeply surprised by the score. I had a lot more faith in Ouse. It's possible that they've had this low numbers bank holiday weekend. I do know that there is a lot of like people with families on Ouse, so it could potentially have been again low numbers.
So would have Norwich. So this is the argument.
Yeah. But I'm gonna disagree with everyone. I don't know if this is Norwich on a comeback. It's only if they'd won more convincingly, then I would say yes. But they've only won by the looks of it a missed conversion. Only by that, Ouse have obviously missed a conversion somewhere. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I don't see it as of yet. When they have a greater scoreline, then yes, I will say it. But until it's at that point, I'm not convinced at the moment.
The Norwich Devils and Berkshire Renegades game is going to be very key. Devils only had 22 players and still won. Thank you very much, Pete Tom. Whoever you are, Pete Tom, top dude. That is brilliant. Denzel, you've got mates everywhere. Anything on this?
Yeah. No, to be fair, if it's only 22 players that they had and they managed to hold a team, like to score a touchdown but not get the conversion, then that's something special. And that's something the defense can go home about. Like, obviously, as Liv said, they've got to beat other teams, but at the moment, I don't really know how many games they've played or who they've played. But I'm sure they'll try and fight and drag their way up to the playoffs as well. Every other team in that division.
Okay. Then it's your mate Swindon Storm. Somerset Lions 15. Swindon Storm 8. Lee and Pick 6 UK back Swindon. We all back Somerset. I got a bit of flack when I put Somerset in my power rankings. And would you believe it? I've been shown that I've been right. Liv, you're up, mate.
Again, I'm not surprised based on scores kind of going round that division. I do think Somerset are a good team.
Sorry, that quick. Heard the Ouse Valley scores were both defenses. So Norwich D got a shutout. I'd love a second confirmation on that because that is absolutely melting.
Oh,
sorry, mate.
Yeah. Again, I'm not surprised. This is a div that I do know a bit about, but not a lot. I've kind of been following along with it. Not as big of a scoring game as what I would have hoped. I would have hoped there would have been a lot more points. But again, with it being that weather, especially down that far, in the UK, it's probably going to be a hell of a lot warm. Don't know what the venue's like. Don't know if there's been shade or that. But yeah, I do wish it was maybe a bit of a tiny more high score game. But a win's a win, you know.
I agree. Lee, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I backed the Storm on this one because I thought the Storm were going to be the better team, and I was wrong. It's difficult to obviously say what went on in the game. I've not heard anything from this, so the particulars I don't actually know about. But obviously the Wyverns got the better end of this, and fair play to them. You proved me wrong. 15 points to 8. I think you've done very good there. So Norwich kept a 0-0 versus Ipswich in the second half as well. Ever since that, they've seemed to have woken up. All right, so maybe the defense is.
Defense wins games. Defense wins games.
Yeah, mate. Denzel, what did you think of this one?
So I've just had a look at the map. This might be like weird in terms of just this how my brain's thought about it today.
Oh god.
But it's bank holiday weekend, and this travel between Swindon and Somerset has to go through Weston-super-Mare.
It does.
Now on a bank holiday weekend, that must be nightmarish to go through. So I
Yeah.
don't know whether there's travel issues that may have arose there, but it's purely speculation. But I'm
just going to blame the
trying
M5s.
yeah.
The M5 is why Swindon lost.
Anything to get out of it.
Hello, Nathan. Do you know what? Right, I'm gonna find a way to add like like when you watch Britain's Got Talent and you press like the buzzer to be like, no, stop. You need to
Yeah.
I'm gonna press that every time someone uses travel as an excuse when other clubs at it and spot on. Half time was 2-0 Swindon. Wow.
Gosh.
Wow.
So they only scored like a touchdown. They got a safety and a touchdown.
Safety, yeah, they must have got a safety.
Well, let's move on to the world's hardest division to do the power rankings on, and that is Div 1.
Oof, yeah.
Sorry, Denzel, I'll keep doing you dirty. We're just having you on the camera there. 1 minute, mate.
No, that's okay.
Right. Aberdeen Roughnecks 0, Newcastle Vikings 77. Now, we've spoke a lot about there being more teams in Scotland. This is where it would benefit teams like Aberdeen Roughnecks. Because Aberdeen Roughnecks are more likely a Div 2 team.
Absolutely.
And them getting battered 77-0 is not going to help them whatsoever. The guys that run that club seem to be like a great bunch of guys. I'm sure they're advocating for more teams in Scotland as well. But what a brilliant result by Newcastle Vikings. We all backed the Vikings to win, but I don't think... Did anyone think this was going to be closer than this? I did. Was anyone surprised by the level of score?
I'm surprised that the Vikings put that many points on the Roughnecks, and the Roughnecks didn't score even a field goal. So...
Their linebacker, by the way, was playing QB. Their linebacker was playing QB.
Wow.
Aberdeen or Vikings?
What?
Aberdeen or Vikings was that?
Vikings. Oh, yeah. This is a brilliant comment. Newcastle with a burger, cheese, bacon, large fries, and a milkshake. Liv, what are your thoughts on this one, mate? Like, you're obviously you don't live in Scotland now. You've left to join the better place. I'm joking. Because I don't know how long you've been playing for, mate. But when I first started playing, there was a Div 2 Scotland. I think it was called. God, I'd have to go back a long time, mate. Hang on, 1 minute, 2 seconds. Standings, 2019 adult contact season, and then North. So NFC 2 North. There was Clyde Valley Blackhawks, Inverclyde Goliaths, Dumfries Hunters, Darlington Steam, and Carlisle Sentinels. So there was two teams. Carlisle's pretty much on the border. Not that far off. Darlington, you could give or take that. But that was Div 2 North. Obviously, Dumfries aren't there. Inverclyde Goliaths are Blackhawk. Clyde Valley Blackhawks are, but even when you look at like the NFC 1 North, that was a 6-team league. That East Kilbride Pirates, Northumberland Vikings, Aberdeen Roughnecks, Glasgow Tigers. There used to be a lot more teams. Liv, what do you think can be done to get that rectified? Or
It's difficult because there is. I always say this. I always base my decisions and everything off uni. Like there is some really solid uni teams there. I mean, Edinburgh, you have, I think all 4 teams, if I'm not mistaken, like all 4 unis have a team. Could be wrong.
oh my god, I'll let you read that.
15.
Oh my days! So the linebacker was only playing QB on 2 of the 2-point conversions, and Vikings missing 15 starters across O&D and special. But big up to the Aberdeen for playing full game until the final whistle. Absolutely.
Liv, go back to you, and we'll go back to that very shortly.
Yeah, I think it's for Scotland. It just seems like they need to kind of be nurturing it from a younger age, sort of like what some of the programs in England are doing, like what the Blitz are doing, what the Aztecs are doing. When they have the undersides, then they build the undersides up into adult contact sides. That kind of just seems like it's working quite well with the English sides. So it's maybe something that Scotland needs to adapt, especially if it's in areas that aren't considered like the big 2 cities. So places that aren't in Glasgow, places that aren't in Edinburgh. You know, I think I was talking to my mum like a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that, you know, they're starting to do some flag football stuff around the area that I grew up. She's possibly trying to get my nephew into it because he's very much like, oh, my auntie's cool. My auntie plays American football. She runs about with a helmet on her head. So my mum and that have been kind of trying to get him into the flag stuff as well. But it seems like there's more of a push for flag in Scotland than there is contact, and that does show when we kind of flip into the flag season. There's a lot more women's sides, but I do think it's something that they maybe need to kind of build up from the youth side more realistically. Like there used to be a team in Dunfermline as well, a full contact team, I believe an unders team and an adults team, and that's like 20-30 minutes away from where I stay. I know there used to be one up in Dundee, I believe. There used to be more. But again, it's the areas that some of these teams are, the population isn't as big as what Edinburgh or Glasgow is, and the talent pool isn't as big.
It's an interesting one. We've got a comment here, sorry. Picking winners in Britball is unpredictable as Flash Gordon versus the Tree Monster. You have no clue, but Britball will always be Britball. And you know what I say about Flash Gordon? He's alive, right? Loved that Ted movie, by the way. If anyone's not watched the Ted movie, the Flash Gordon scene, I think I laughed for like half an hour straight. I understand on the flag aspect, but if I'm playing flag as a teenager, I'm also at one point I'm going to want to hit someone, proper. So I do think with the flag growing, it will help the contact aspect of it. But Aberdeen keep fighting. Dundee Hurricanes, here you go. Dundee Hurricanes and
Dunfermline Kings. I do think Dunfermline Kings, I could be wrong, are still in operation. I don't know if they're an associate. I remember looking like when I first joined American football a couple of years ago with Royals. I remember having a look at the stuff available back home, and I do remember seeing something about Dunfermline Kings, but it did look associate. But even still, it only looked about 7 or 8 kids. But I do think they did. Don't know if they're still in operation, but they were only 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm on the Instagram now. Dunfermline, and we would love them to get the adult team back up and running. I want to move on from this. Has anyone else got anything else to say on this game? Well done to Vikings, but has anyone got anything else you want to say? Lee?
No, good.
No, okay. Glasgow Tigers 7. Yorkshire Rams 45. John, we can't say who John's real name is, but John picked Glasgow Tigers. He was clearly drinking when he picked that. I'm really looking forward to this Rams and Vikings rematch. Lee, I'm going to come to you on this one, on this score. What did you think of this one? Were you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I know the Rams are a really good outfit at the moment. The Tigers are a really strong team. But they are a Div 1 team at the moment. We're talking about here, in the previous game and that we're talking about with Newcastle and the Rams, they are Premiership worthy teams, and they are at the top of their games, both of them. Now we saw that in their head to head, where it was, a few points differential with the Vikings getting just the edge. But the Rams are a really good, well run team with some great players. And when you put that sort of structure into a place like Scotland, the results screams volumes, really. And like I say, the Glasgow Titans, no disrespect to them, they're a fantastic team, and they are a great team in Scotland.
Tigers.
But they're not. Glasgow Tigers. Yeah, sorry, they're not. They're not going to be. They're not going to be competing for a Premiership spot this season. So yeah, I wasn't shocked at all. That's why we backed the Rams on this one. But Denzel, what did you think of this one?
To be fair, I think just to echo everything that you just said there. What's
I'll let you read that, Denzel. You're up. You can read it.
Tigers' touchdown was a 100 yards interception for that point. Also had a 70-yard rushing touchdown called back. It was a good game. Just did look short numbers. As Matteo said, it's bank holiday. Both teams have probably losing players, but yeah. But Yorkshire Rams are a really good side. Obviously, they finished top of Division 1 in the North the last 2 years in a row. So I'm sure that they are looking at that promotion game to see if they can really stamp their stars on the Division 1 and hopefully get into the Premiership and then go and compete there. But yeah, it shows that I do agree with everything that Liam's just said and echoing that, basically.
Okay. Really want to talk about this game. Inverclyde Goliaths, 24. Chester Romans, 46. Absolutely brilliant from Chester. It is a heck of a drive from Chester to Inverclyde. I've done it. I had to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to do it. It gives me nightmares even thinking about it. But brilliant. It took me a while to get hold of this score. And when I got told this score, I was like, can you just double check your source? Even though I backed them to win, I wasn't expecting to win by this much. And this is exactly what Chester need.
Yeah.
Denzel, I'm going to go to you on this one. Now, myself, John, and Denzel backed the Romans to do it, quite rightly. What are your thoughts?
I don't think there's going to be a game where I'm not going to back the Chester Romans. I think they can get that done across the board. Speaking to Conlon, the Chester Romans centres, I got. Like it was a
Denzel, you are cutting out, my friend.
Oh, is that any better?
Denzel, I'll come back to you. Let's see if we get you in better signal. Liv, what are your thoughts on this one, mate?
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised that the Romans won after the kind of game last week that they had, when they had quite a significant loss. So it's why I kind of backed Inverclyde, especially with them being the home team and the travel being quite great. And again, yes, traveling on a bank holiday weekend, especially when it's only, to be honest, it's only English kids that are on holiday. Don't think the Scottish kids are. So you would only really have the traffic on the English side of the border.
Yeah,
but it definitely is surprising. It's a surprising scoreline for a traveling team. Same thing with the Vikings score, really. But yeah, I'm definitely surprised that they kind of did win and put up quite a significant score on them.
Lee.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Liv on this one. I'm shocked. I am genuinely shocked. Obviously the Romans, they travelled up there. They wanted this more. I think that's the only way you can explain this. I honestly thought the Inverclyde were on a bit of a run, but again, you comparing apples with pears here, aren't we? We've got the Scotland team versus a UK an English team, and it's very funny how all three English teams who travelled up to Scotland this week won, and that's a big shock for me. I really did think
that's why they need a Div 2 Scotland, mate, or a Div 2 North, where Gateshead and Darlington Steam are playing. These teams.
Yeah. But I think the issue we have is obviously we can we can give our views on this. I mean, what really needs to happen is the volunteers. This is what it comes down to. As a coach myself, and many of people who are in this watching this show, they know. The clubs don't run without volunteers. Us coaches, we don't get paid to coach. We do it through voluntary.
Right.
And for me, setting up the under-19s team, I took time away from coaching adult football, and I stepped aside and set up the under-19s, and now I've got 25 kids who all want to play football. We need more volunteers in those areas, in Edinburgh, in Dundee, in Dumfries, we all over Scotland. We just need those people to step forward and build it, because they will come. People will turn up. They're not willing to travel 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours to go play football. But if you've set one up in your local area, you will succeed.
We've got another comment here, Scott Kersey. I agree, but I think Glasgow would thrive. I think the other teams would thrive in it as well, and it gives them a chance, because right now, for me, they're thrown too much into the thick of it. Denzel, what's your views on this, mate?
So to cut a long story short, basically, I had some confidence from the Romans. I think that their first game was it against the Rams this season.
Yeah.
They managed to put
Vikings.
Sorry. They managed to put up quite a few scores on the Vikings. Obviously, they didn't win that game, but there's a lot of confidence to be built off of that, based off of the Vikings scorelines recently. Obviously, with how tight Div 1 is at the moment, 4 and 4 could make the playoffs in the North. So you never know, they could be within an outside shout of making those playoffs, depending on if they do it the same way as they did last year, where it's multiple teams from the same division.
I don't think I still think there's too many problems there. A lot of people left. No, I think it's a tough one, because it's between them and Sheffield who gets relegated. There's no Gulag game this year.
Yeah.
I don't think the Scottish games count as wins towards the season. I don't know. I'd need, look, I could be wrong. Or even if it was, I think. Let me check. 2 seconds. Give me 1 minute. 2 seconds. But Chester need to. Chester have got a great club. I have a lot of love for the guys at Chester. I was a Roman for 2 years. But there's a lot that needs to change there. Chester's results, from looking here, give us 1 moment, 2 seconds there. Oh no, it does like they are. The leagues haven't updated on the BAFA website, because it's showing here the Giants have won a game, and the only team is the Scotland team. So well, the problem with that is I think Sheffield Giants lost a game against the Scottish team as well. So they'd have to be Chester twice then. Oh, makes it even more interesting.
But that playoff thing's going to confuse, because is it the same as last year, where it's 2 teams, where it's one from it's
no, so
the best 6.
It's for the playoffs. I think it's the same as in Div 1 playoffs, but in terms of relegation, if you finish bottom, that is it. You go down, and wait, hang on, we've got a comment here. Missing the Cheaters versus Saints goes, well, that's the next page. Just you wait, Silver Fox.
Yeah, stop jumping ahead.
All the time.
Get back in your box, Ross.
Lee, sorry, mate. Any more on that?
No, mate, let's jump on.
Okay. I will say this on Chester, what needs to change. Playoffs is seeded.
Yes, playoffs are seeded in this one.
Okay, sound.
I do hope they have a really rich under-19s team, so I really hope them players step up and stay with Chester. I know a few people are at Chester who maybe, let's say, shouldn't have been there. I mean, we're not going to name any individuals. Me and Denzel know exactly what we're talking about. That atmosphere at the club needs to improve. I've not been there for nearly 2 years, so I don't know what it's like now. From what I'm hearing good things, and I hope it stays that way. I really do like Chester. I think you've just had the 40th anniversary as well, so a club like that needs to stay involved. It's going to be a pretty big box, yes. But let's move on to the next results. We already know that was postponed. As mentioned, we're not going to talk about that. Colchester Gladiators 32, Kent Exiles 6. I wasn't expecting this. Lee, you're up.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you there, mate. I really wasn't expecting this either. I think, from everyone from TD UK, we backed them. The only people that backed Gladiators there are, was it Pick Six?
And Behind the Sticks.
And Behind the Sticks. They're the only two people who backed them. So they obviously had inside information. We didn't. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting a score. I mean, yeah, I just wasn't expecting the Glads to do this well. Obviously, they've gone and proved me wrong, and now I'm sitting here with egg on my face. So yeah, Liv, what you got anything on this one? Because I haven't.
Again, yeah, not really. I'm surprised that they even won. Like went with Kent. It's a very strong program. They have a lot of talent around Kent. I am shocked that the result went the way it did. I would have expected it to be flipped. I would have expected, Kent to put up the higher score, but clearly not. So I wonder what the insight was to this match, if we have any, or if anyone has any proper insight on it, because it would be interesting to know if we, yeah.
It's a big scoring game.
Yeah.
Like, either Kent scored a touchdown and not converted a field goal. Denzel, what are your thoughts on this one?
Obviously, as everyone else did, we picked the Exiles, thinking that because everyone thought the Exiles would be challenging for the playoffs this year. Obviously, not saying that this is like a bump in the road or anything, but this scoreline wasn't expected. But I mean, fair play to Colchester improving everyone else wrong and going against what everyone else thought. It's always good to see it's always good to see another team win, and whether in this situation calling them an underdog, I don't know, but yeah, go Colchester for this week. That's incredible.
Okay, we've all spoken this one, yeah.
Yep.
Let's move on. London Olympians 42, Essex Trident 0. Now, either London Olympians have improved quite a lot, or East Kent Mavericks are absolutely sensational. Because apart from East Kent Mavericks, Olympians have slapped everyone.
Yeah.
How good are this Olympians team? We all back the Olympians to win. I do feel sorry for Essex. They are in a hell of a tough group. Liv, I'm going to go to you on this one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with the Olympians. Again, it's one of these London teams that has the kind of talent pool. Despite there being that many teams, it's still quite a decent side, and obviously it is proven with them, being significantly dominant in the league, apart from that EKM match. I do feel for Essex, but again, I think I mentioned this before, is it the oversaturation of teams in the Essex area? Is this potentially what is affecting them? Again, no idea what's kind of going on there, but it's not a surprising score from the Olympians. I do wish to kind of I can't wait to see this reverse fixture between them and EKM, just to see what way it's going to go, because it is looking like that match is definitely going to be a good one to kind of watch out for, especially with both teams doing significantly well against everyone else.
Denzel.
Yeah, so with the Olympians, obviously watching their film from when they played against the Knights in the pre-season, that looks pretty interesting. And before they looked quite strong. I don't know how many players they've managed. I don't know whether with the London team London Warriors getting put in the AFLE, if any of their players that were fringe sort of went to a London Olympians or any of the other London squads. But this is a really good result, and we always look forward to that EKM matchup that they have eventually in a couple of weeks or months' time.
Okay. Lee?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the Tridents, can we? But they're on that rebuild year.
I think going down will do them good.
Yeah, and I'm taking my hat off to them. They're still turning up to the games. They're still fielding players. They're still going for it. They're not going to forfeit a game, and that shows a lot of courage to go there, to go to London, play this game, and just to walk away with your heads held high. You know, you're going to have that rebuild year next year. You're going to come back. You're going to come back fighting and hopefully fight for that promotion spot again. But yeah, Olympians, let's see what you can do. Let's show us what you can do. Let's see what that EKM rematch is going to bring.
Just quickly, Kent Exiles was a pick 6. That's how they scored. We've just had that confirmed in the comments. One thing you mentioned is we haven't, Essex Tridents haven't forfeited the game. We've not had that yet.
Nope.
That's a really good sign. I'd say we're halfway through the season.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. It's good. Keep it going, folks. Don't give up. Trust the process. I'm going to have clicked on this before. I've read it in league now. If someone not happy, they run off and form a new team, diluting talent pool more and more. I agree and disagree. On the disagreeing part, Baffa will not let you start a team if you're far too close to another team. I think one thing I want to focus on in 2-3 years' time, I'd love to get the Holton Spartans back up and running. So that's something that I'm definitely going to do with the right people. And we'll have to have that discussion with Baffa because we're right next to Merseyside Nighthawks, we're right next to Chester Romans, we're right next to Lee Miners, Lancashire Buccaneers. But Widnes has a rich source of rugby teams and a lot of lads who just want to run headfirst into a brick wall, whether that be a D-lineman or an actual wall. So that'll be our thing to get it up and running. I did try. And then other people were like, yes, we'll get involved, we'll help. And then he didn't help. I was like, right, I'm not doing something all on my own that requires multiple people. So I get that comment, but Baffa, unless you've got the right plans in place, will not let you set up another team. Right, we're going to go on to the other Div 1 now. Russ, I hope you have. Right, let's get into this.
You can come out of that box now. Come on.
Right. I put the wrong score up and deleted it very quickly because the way Oxford Saints social media was 52-22 to Cheetahs. I was like, all right, cool. I backed the Cheetahs to win because when they got that result, I was like, all right, fair. The Saints did say they were aiming to hopefully make playoffs, but they knew they weren't going to go up because, they're in a tough division, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they lied. They absolutely fobbed me off on that one. Wow. Now, for me to compare this to another result, because the one team Saints haven't played is London Blitz B. Blitz B beat the Cheetahs 6-0. So when you're comparing the two results, how far can Oxford Saints go? Lee, you're up.
Yeah, I backed the Oxford Saints in this one. I thought they were, from looking at their score lines, the teams that they've been playing, they've been putting up some pretty big numbers. They've been playing, obviously, the Dreadnoughts. That was a shocker of a result as well. And again, 52 points to 22.
Mental.
That is a convincing win.
Got a comment here. Ye of little faith, Saints on top this year. Yes, they are, mate. But your swearing Canadian coach absolutely fobbed me off of how far he thought he could go. Either that or he was just, no, we're not that good. We're not that, And they're turning up with very, very good numbers. Significantly different proposition, I think I heard last time. Is that in regards to me?
Yep.
Probably,
That's you.
More
That's you, mate. That's definitely you.
I believe Oxford have got the ex-Wembley QB and 9 different players scoring from the Saints. Now, I do have some intel.
Go for it.
Not only, so they scored 6 touchdowns, I believe. Let me just get this up. 1 minute, 2 seconds. I haven't got the guy's name. But
Well, he's just said there's 9 different players, so I'm assuming that's 9 points, isn't it? 9 different touchdowns.
No, some were pick sixes.
Oh,
not only are these devastating on run, because Cheetahs did not do well with their run game. They're very, very physical, and I mean bullying in a way that you'd want your team to, essentially bully another team. No ex-Wembley's QB here in Oxford. There we go. That one's been shut down. 9 different scorers for the Saints, 70 confirmed attendant. I believe 2 different QBs, 3 for 2.
70.
But it's their run game that's I mean, don't get me wrong, they scored plenty with the QBs, but their run game, from the feedback that I've had, is absolutely brutal, and it's going to take them places apparently. Lee, have you got any more to say in this one before I move to the other guys?
No, I'm impressed. Saints, you're definitely impressing me.
Denzel, your team as it stands is top. If you were to go to the bowl and face these, how do you think you get on? What do you think of this score, mate?
I think that this score's a really good one against a good Hertfordshire Cheetahs team. Got a message from one of the Saints players saying, "See you in the playoffs." So hopefully, obviously we've both got like a long sort of run to go through. They've got East Kent Mavericks and the London Olympians to go through, and we've got the Vikings and the Rams and other teams in Div 1. But hopefully that can happen. We played them in pre-season last year, so let's run it back.
Sorry, we've got a comment here and 2 kickers. And I love this last bit in the comment. Kickers' lives matter too. Yes, they do. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Liv, what are your thoughts on this one, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I back the Saints. I'm not surprised. After kind of playing the Cheetahs last season, yes, they're a former Prem side, but Oxford they're doing bits, man. They've picked up different people. They seem to be like a really, really strong side. From watching them pre the London Blitz A team before we played them when Cheetahs were playing the B team, they didn't look strong. It's hard to determine because I think it was the first match of the season, but it would be interesting to kind of see this reverse fixture, but I do think Oxford they're looking like they're going to be a good contender in this kind of division. The London Blitz game against Oxford will definitely be one to kind of watch out for. Both teams have been scoring quite high. Both teams are undefeated, so it will definitely be an interesting matchup. Don't know when it is though.
Oh my God, we're getting absolutely bombarded. Right, just for context, across all our viewers, we've got 65 viewers at the moment. Are you all Oxford players? You can't. Oh no! Hang up! You can't write up the Soul Crashers to make playoffs. Okay,
we're not.
Running back room is absolutely stacked. That is great news. Would you say Div 1 is tougher season than Prem?
Yeah.
To get up to the Prem, yes. There are a few teams in the Prem that would benefit from being in Div 1, and there are a lot of teams in Div 1 that would benefit from being in the Prem. So for you look at the Vikings, they've clearly rebuilt well. The Rams, East Kent Mavericks, Black Oxford Saints, Leicester Panthers, they're a bunch of teams that I think could hold their own in the Prem. They're not afraid to play teams. So that is a great question. So we've got a few Instagram comments as well. June the 21st is that game. They do everything as a team. I am not surprised. They do seem really good. The Saints, hell yeah, there we go. The Saints as a team, as a club, and they are still the only team to swear on our podcast. Okay, let's talk about the Solent Thrashers and Bristol Apache. It was 42 points to 15. Now, we all back the Thrashers apart from Pick 6 UK, but would you like some stats?
Love them.
Before I do that, let me show you this clip. And this is Pancake times 2.
Okay.
1. I'm going to hit the same guy again. 2.
I'll tell you what, big number 74. Give us your name. You deserve a shout out.
Let's do that again. If that's my lineman, he's getting all the shower hugs in the world. That is absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Let's get back to that, Dave. Sorry, 2 seconds. So, fair play. Right. So, total yards, 387. Passing, 195. Rushing, 192. 6 touchdowns scored, 3 passing and 3 rushing. Seahawks, I fancy them going very, very far this season. Liv, I'm coming to you, mate. You've always got mates. Look, yeah, I'm sorry. That guy's about 8 foot. That's the big show.
Yeah, I mean, I do have, because obviously they do have a women's program. I do have friends that are associated with the mixed adult program. From like stuff I see from them on social media, you know, it is a strong team. I mean, they are that former Prem South team. They've obviously had the past season, yes, because they dropped down the season before I came and joined Cats. So they have had that kind of season to rebuild after their Prem relegation. And I do think, again, I always say this, I do think they are very strong, one of these strong contending teams to kind of come back up to the Prem. A score I'm not surprised by. They seem to have a really good running back room and the receiver room as well as QB. Like, they are a very well oiled machine. And I do think they are going to go far into the playoffs.
Got another comment here. Love the big guys laying the boom. I think these are a team you want to avoid in the playoffs if you're, if you're any one of the other teams down south. They look to be very competitive offense and defense. And Bristol Apache aren't a bad team. They're a good team. So it's really interesting. Boys, any of you two want to speak up first on this one?
Lee?
I'll let you go, Denzel. Let's go.
Go on, Kwame. Congratulations on the win. If he's still playing for the Solent
He
Thrashers.
wasn't there, mate. He
I know,
wasn't even there.
disappointing.
He was at the London Warriors game.
And they still win by that much. Fair play to them. How does the does any of you not know how the Apache managed to like do the split between the players between them and Bristol? Is it just
Don't know. I'd be guessing, and I don't want to guess.
yeah? Solent look like a really good team. Obviously, as they used to be in the Prem South, they're competitive there, and look forward to big things from them this season.
Lee, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just want to add, obviously we're looking at, front runners for promotion, and I think it's really emerging that we've got, the Mavericks, the Saints, the Thrashers. Only 2 of those teams are getting promoted from the south.
2.
I thought it was only
2.
one.
I thought
Is
it was
it 2?
one.
Oh yeah, no, it will be one team. Yeah,
It's
we
only
won't have a
one because
relegation.
there's not a relegation this year because we have Warriors go bye-bye.
I am going to say this.
Is that the same in the Prem?
I think this is. I would put very good money on it. Read into it what you want. That this is the last year that we have Prem North and Prem South.
Yeah, I feel like yeah.
I think after our little interview with Baffa, you can still watch it. It's on YouTube, guys.
Nice link there, mate. Nice link.
Yeah, nice little plug. Yeah, I think Rory was hinting that this is the perfect time to create that merger. So yeah, it may be a case of this is the last time one of these teams will get promoted to the Prem, and we'll see that formation going forward. Whether it'll just be a national Div 1 and a national Prem, I don't know. We'll see how that pans out.
I would like there to be a Prem, just a national Prem, and then Div 1, Div 2. There are guys who just like to ball out in Div 2 and have a laugh. And that's fine. No one is entitled in this sport. But with this whole thing in Europe, that my prediction next year is a national Prem, Div 1 platform, and Div 2 to stay the same.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, Hereford Stampede 50, Bournemouth Bobcats 27. Would you like a clip, folks? Again, folks, your clips can be on this if you bloody sent me them over. Thank you for everyone who sent me the clips over. Obviously, if they're decent footage, we'll whack them up. If they're okay footage, we're still more than likely whack them up. What is this one? Short one for you. Oh, I just skipped it again. Let's do that again. Sorry, folks. There we go. That's not even playing now. There you go. Nice little throw. Boom. Oh, fall and catch, even better. Let me go back to that bit. So, just shy of 400 rushing yards yesterday, with some big runs to the house. This is the comments I've had. Liv, your camera's gone off, by the way, mate.
I haven't touched nothing.
Oh, the QB Hector Kidwell throwing some absolute belters. I feel sorry for Bournemouth because I really like Bournemouth as a team, but this is a hard league for them to be in. Hereford obviously got another win, but you've got Solent Thrashers, South Wales Warriors, Bristol Apache, Hereford Stampede, and Bournemouth Bobcats. Brilliant win for Hereford, but can they make the playoffs still? What do you think, Liv? I'm not going to go to you because I don't know if your camera's working. She's not even on. Never mind. Stampede's very first Div 1 win. Sorry, not the second win. Lee, what do you think about this, mate?
Do you know, it's a great win for the Stampede. I think this is, unfortunately, this is the battle for relegation, sort of between these two. I think it's going to be Stampede or Bobcats heading back down to Div 2. Obviously, we got that previous comment on there from Nick Knowles about the what we were talking about before.
I'm going to go into that after this.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Bobcats, we had them on at the beginning of the season. We had a good chat with their coaches. They thought they had a really good sort of team and structure in place. And I think something's not panned out the way they planned to, and they're struggling. And obviously the Stampede have just stampeded all over their show. So
I've just had a WhatsApp from someone at Rossendale saying, I'll get that jersey ready for you, bro. So we'll see. Denzel, what are your thoughts on this, mate? Do you think Hereford can make playoffs? I mean, I'm a sucker for a love story and a comeback. Can they do it? Because that's a very good win.
Well, they've got a few old students coaches, and they are speaking well with some of our players about how the team's performing currently. Having just came up from Div 2, and obviously they've got a really hard division. They've got Saints, Solon. Is it Saints, Solon, and South Wales in their division?
Saints, South Wales, Bristol Apache, and obviously Bournemouth. So it is a tough division.
Yeah.
And you are right. You are newly promoted. They're holding their own.
Yeah, they're holding their own, but then at the same time, you don't want to get promoted. You don't want to go to playoffs too quickly after getting promotion, and then, just the whole team momentum's just getting killed after one match. But they're a really good group, and I'm sure next season they will be able to do something in terms of pushing for playoffs.
Liv, what are your thoughts on this?
Nothing that's already kind of not been said. Surprised it was quite a high scoring game. I did think it would kind of be a more even spread, but again, they must be. Yeah, I don't know what else to kind of say. I take it they haven't played this is the first time they've played each other, hasn't it? But they've still got the reverse to play.
Correct.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to kind of see that reverse, where Bournemouth are hosting. So yeah, it's one to watch out for. Again, it is that battle, and if they go 1-1, it's going to be that point difference, and that's never a good position to be in. I can tell from last season with Cats, it's never nice to be in that zone where you've either got to win or got to get those points.
But if you survive it, you learn from it, and look how good Cats are doing this season.
Yeah, that is true.
Just on a comment, we've got another comment here. Didn't they say they will be Prem and Div 1 structure, the one that was meant to happen this season, but they cancelled it? My only problem is with that is if you're a team that's gone from associate to Div 2, usually it takes a year or two to figure things out, depending on how you've been during associate. I would not want to see a team do all that hard work to go from associate to Div 1, essentially, and then they're getting battered 19-0. It's just not going to benefit them. But whatever Baffa will do, and it'll be interesting. I'm already excited for next season, and we haven't even finished this season. But folks, that is Div 1. Sorry, that is week 6. Sorry, week 6 all done.
So I've got a question for you, Matteo. Have you got any sort of routines, traditions, anything you've got to do for a bit of luck, anything like that? You want to kind of talk about?
Absolutely disgusting. It is disgusting.
Go for it.
I only wash my kit if we get beat. And I've played 4 games in a row, and you'd say my team is going to play 8 games in the league. Then there's the semi-final, the final, and then there's the Div 2 whole final. So I could essentially play 11 games and still wear the same kit.
Mate, your kit must be absolutely right.
If you open up my boot, it smells like someone has died. So yes, it does. Denzel, do you have any lucky things that you do?
I think mine's weird. I have a couple of songs on my Apple Music playlist, right? So if they come on, then I know it's going to be a good game, and I know we're going to win. And so far,
please be Venga Boys. Please be Venga Boys.
No, it's not, unfortunately. One of them's a song by Chance the Rapper, and the other one's a song by Anderson .Paak. They're songs that I really quite like, but they only come on like a really random time, so they never put my songs on to like normal, so on shuffle. But other than that, I don't pack my bag. Well, I have to sleep about the entire time up until I have to leave my house. If not, then I don't play well. So
Okay, Liv.
I don't, to be honest. I'm normally just quite a chill kind of person. I mean, the Venga Boys, it's a Royals tradition now because every year they put it in the chat. They're like, "What song should we add?" And one year, as a joke, I kind of went, "Oh my god, we should add the Venga Boys."
Which one?
I think they have added. Oh my god, which ones is it? I think they did add.
It's gonna be Finger Bus.
Yeah, they
Finger
added that
Bus is
one. I think they
time.
added the other one as well. There's definitely two on there. But yeah.
I used to play with one guy, and he would listen to Star Wars music, on his headphones. I'm not even lying. The way I found out, so we're in a really small changing room getting changed as a away trip, and then all I can hear is vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm like, lightsaber noises. I've gone round. He's in the shower. He's got his shorts on. His lowers on, and he's got like a vest on, and he's got his headphones. He's facing the walls. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I went over. I tapped him on the shoulder. Went, "What are you doing, lad?" And he's going, "Oh, I'm getting myself psyched up and pretending I'm that Luke Skywalker about to kill Darth Vader. Go away." Vroom, vroom. Oh my word! And that's not even a lie. So if you've got any things you do, like lucky things before a game or anything like that, please do let us know. And in the comment section, we would be interested to know that one. Shall we get on to the power rankings, folks?
Let's do
Right,
it.
dead easy this one. The Prem, oh God, sorry, I've done you dirty there, mate. Sorry, 2 seconds. The Prem stays the same. We know what the Prem was. It's an interesting one because I would love to see the bottom half change. But it is what it is. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, right. Div 1. And Div 1 is the hardest one to do by a long shot because the top 6 teams haven't lost a game. So you've got 4 spaces for teams that essentially have lost the game potentially. And everyone's like, well, what about my team? It's the power rankings. It's not who's doing the best. It's, it's mine. I picked this. Don't blame Lee. Don't blame Dens. You can blame Liv if you want. She does, but at one, Newcastle Vikings. How can we not have the Vikings up there? And East Kent up to 2 because they haven't had a game. Solon Thrashers at 3. Oxford Saints up at 4. Black Country Steelers at 5. London Blitzby at 6. Yorkshire Rams up at 7th. London Olympians at 8th. Leicester Panthers at 9th. And Colchester Gladiators at 10th. Someone's like, well, is there an 11th spot? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, Hereford 11th. I'm like, whatever makes you feel better, pal. And then we get on to Div 2. Div 2 power rankings. Give us 1 minute, mate. Sorry about that. So, Lancashire Buccaneers first. If anyone can give me a reason why they shouldn't be, they've won the top. They've beat every team in the division already. But the reason I've got them first is up until last week, 2 of the teams in the top 10 they've beaten. You could argue Ipswich Cardinals, maybe haven't got such a better division. We'll find out. But Lancashire Buccaneers are 1, Ipswich Cardinals are 2nd, Rossendale Bucks, you're up a 3rd. Send me my jersey, 69, please. Plymouth Vanguard are 4th, Somerset Wyverns are 5th. Now all them teams are undefeated. Then you've got Wakefield Raiders as 6th, Lincolnshire Bombers up at 7th. Birmingham Bulls 8th. I've added Norwich Devils in at 9th because they've beat the team that's in 10th, Ouse Valley Eagles. There are not that many teams to be in there. Let's check if you've had any more comments on internet. No. It's an interesting one with the power rankings because there's so much. Div 1's the nightmare. Prem, Div 2, don't mind doing them, but Div 1, and I had a message off someone saying, oh, you only pick teams in the north. We don't. The power rankings are put in a group chat. We discuss them. Obviously I pick them. People give me feedback on, well, I think this. Sometimes I listen to it. Sometimes I go, no, actually, I think I've made the right decision. But they're not there to offend anyone. It's just all a bit of fun. Let's get on to week 7. Week 7. Right, let's get the match up. So we've got 2 games on Saturday. We're going to go through them first, folks. Nottingham Caesars versus Manchester Titans. I'm going to be going for the Titans on this one. Lee?
Yeah, no brainer for the Titans on this one.
Dens, Dens, your microphone's rubbish there, but I did get that. Liv?
I'm definitely going to say the Titans as well.
Cool. We've also got a game in Scotland, Inverclyde Goliaths versus Clyde Valley Blackhawks. I'm going to go for Clyde Valley on this one. Bit of a buzz about them after their really good win over Sheffield. Denzel?
He's just gone off. He'll be back
Denzel's
in a
picked
minute.
the Clyde Valley Blackhawks. Liv?
I think I'm going to go with Clyde Valley. Yeah.
Okay, let me just add Denzel. Lee?
I'm going to go Blackhawks on this
Denzel,
one.
you picked Clyde Valley Blackhawks just to make you aware, mate, okay?
It's fine.
Okay. At least you're not Kwame, mate. He goes, yeah, I'll do it in 20 minutes. And then 3 days later, he's like, oh, you picked the teams for me. Okay, then we go back to the Prem. Rushmore Knights are home to Bristol Aztecs. After 3, folks, let's just say it. 1, 2, 3, Bristol.
Aztecs.
I'm joking. I was going to joke around and say the other team, but no.
If you say it, if you say it, that is your pick. Okay, so we've all gone for Bristol on that one. I'll still need you to put them in our group chat later, folks. Right. So, Yorkshire Rams are home to Chester Romans. I'm going to be going for the Rams on this one. Lee?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Rams.
Denzel?
Following suit, going with the Romans.
Romans?
Yeah.
He's an ex-Roman. I mean, I'm an ex-Roman, but, you know, look, if the Romans won, I'll do the next show in just a little bow tie. Just
deal then. That's well. It'd have to be the show after, no, because you got the Rossendale shirt to wear next show.
That's if you beat Wakefield or Birmingham, yeah. Liv?
I'm gonna go with the Rams. I forgot the teams there.
That's my fault. Okay, next up, Newcastle Vikings against Sheffield Giants, and this will be live streamed on TD UK.
Ooh.
Thank you, cheers, folks. I'm going to be going for the Vikings on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to match you on that one with the Vikings again.
Liv?
Denzel?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Denzel?
Vikings.
Okay. Hang on, I've got a little message on Discord. What's that saying? Okay. Next up, we've got... Now, this is going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to this game. And I wish this game was live. Oh, no. Staffordshire Church will live stream this game. Brilliant. Let's just say to the Leicester Panthers. Liv, I'm going to you.
Leicester Panthers.
Lee?
Yep, I'm with the Panthers.
Denzel?
Surge.
Oh! I'm going to go for the Panthers, and I think this is going to be a great game. And I am hopefully going to catch a bit of this game. Okay, next one. So we've got Black Country Steelers against Shropshire Revolution. I'm going to be going for the Steelers on this one. Lee?
Yeah, I can't do Denzel dirty on this one. I'm going to back his team. Let's go.
Liv?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Steelers as well.
Thank you guys. I'm going with the Steelers too.
Okay, so three of us have gone for the Steelers, and Denzel's gone for Shropshire.
Thanks, Mateo. Each Mavericks, put in the comment section about that time where you put me down for voting against them.
Oh, mate, I'm so
I
sorry.
just died of laughter at it.
Lee sent me a bottle of wine, a bottle of red, drank it. Half these stupid things to do is off red wine. Colchester Gladiators against East Kent Mavericks. I'm going to be backing the Mavericks here. Lee?
Yeah, Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Denzel?
Mavericks.
Okay. Sussex Thunder against Hertfordshire Cheetahs. Lee?
Cheetahs. They're going to get their win
Liv?
back.
Cheetahs as well.
Denzel?
Cheers.
I'm going to be going for Sussex Thunder.
God.
Ooh, trying to go for their first win of the season. Like it.
Okay, next up we've got London Blitz B against Portsmouth Dreadnoughts. This will be a really interesting game. I'm going to be going for London Blitz B. Liv?
Blitz B as well.
Lee?
Yeah, Blitz B.
Denzel?
Blitz B.
Okay, then we've got Bournemouth Bobcats against South Wales Warriors. Liv?
I'm going to go with South Wales.
Lee?
South Wales.
Denzel?
South Wales.
And I'm going to be picking the Bournemouth Bobcats.
We needed that, to be fair. We did need that.
I've got a feeling it's my Spidey
Got a
sense.
feeling.
My Britball sense. And then we've got Bristol Apache against Hereford Stampede. Lee?
I'm going to go with the Stampede. I'm interested to see how they do.
Liv?
I'm gonna go with the Apache.
Okay. Denzel?
I'm going to go with the Apache.
I'm going to go for Stampede. Okay. Then we've got Gateshead Senators against Darlington Steam. Liv?
I'm gonna go with Darlington. Go with
Lee?
Steam.
I'm going to go Gateshead.
You lot are trying to remember the reverse fixture. I know it, so it's fine. Denzel?
Going to go with Gateshead.
I'm going to be going for Gateshead too. By the way, both teams, absolutely brilliant people. Darlington Steam, can you please live stream your bus trip on the way back? Please do that. Tag us in that. I will share that. That is absolutely brilliant. I don't know if anyone's seen the other clips. It was the best thing I've seen for a long time.
I still think they're up
absolutely.
as well, which is quite funny.
They are still up. I thought they'd brought them
Yeah.
down.
Wakefield District Raiders against Doncaster Mustangs. Lee?
Give me the Raiders on this
Liv?
Raiders.
Dens?
Mustangs.
Oh, I'm going to be going for the Raiders. Then we've got Lee Miners against Birmingham Bulls. Denzel?
I'll be nice. Bulls.
Bulls. Liv?
Bills as well.
Lee?
Come on, my Miners. Let's go. Lee's Miners.
I'm going to be back in the Miners too. Yes. I think they're learning every week. I genuinely think they're learning every week.
Moving swiftly on.
No, I'll have this with you. Like the first game they played Rossendale, I think it was like 40 points to 12 or something. You know, you'll have to go back and check. They were scoring against Rossendale. Now, look, Rossendale have played Doncaster and Lee, but Lee are on a massive rebuild, and I'm hoping they get a few players before the transfer cut-off, which is next week. Yeah.
2nd of June.
Yep. So if you're moving, let us know. We will just for context, folks. Anything you tag us in or share, or anything like that, we will always share it as long as there's nothing crude in it. But no, I genuinely think you're all in for a shock next week. Moving on, Berkshire Renegades, Ipswich Cardinals, and we'll be back in the Cardinals. Lee?
Yeah. Cardinals are going to get back on top of the power rankings, I think.
Dance? What you say?
Cardinals.
Okay, Liv?
Cardinals as well.
Okay, and then we go up to what I think is going to be a really, really good game. Plymouth Vanguard against Somerset Wyverns. This is going to be our guess the score, essentially, because no one won again, so it's gone up another £5 in the pot. I'm going to be backing Plymouth on this one. Lee?
Yep, Plymouth
Lee?
all day.
Sorry, Liv?
I'm going to go with the Vanguard, yeah.
Denzel? Can't hear you, mate.
Plymouth.
Okay. And just like that, folks, we're all done. We've gone over by half an hour. We've had 50 viewers for the process. So thank you very much to every single one of you that has watched. Please make sure you give our social medias our follow. We're on X, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Have I missed anything out? TikTok.
No. TikTok.
The Vikings game this weekend will be live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. It's a nightmare to live stream on Instagram. So please do, give the stream a follow, give it a share. Thank you very much. We will see you all next week. We do have a guest next week, and for the life of me, I can't remember who it is. I'm sure we'll announce it when we find out, when I remember. But I've been Matteo.
And Denzel.
I've been Liv.
And I've been Lee.
We will see you next week. Please remember to send us your clips for clips of the week. Clips of the day. We will get them added on, and we will see you all the same time next week.